我要去几内亚了。2025年8月的某一天，老板问我要不要去几内亚，那里有个新加坡企业在开发矿山。天哪，采矿耶，几内亚耶，当然啦。但是几内亚在地球的哪里？那里怎么会有新加坡企业？预防针要打哪些？行李要带多少？防蚊喷液带哪一种？那里有卖咖啡吗？卫生条件会很差吗？我带着这些问题飞了18个小时，到达地球另一端。
我第一次来几内亚的时候是2020年的6月份，当时蛮忐忑的，因为一是我从来没有去过非洲大陆，对我来说是一个未知的地方，然后二是西非和几内亚这个国家，其实你很少会在媒体或者报道上看到这个国家，所以当时是有很多未知的。
以新加坡伟力集团为首的银联盟在几内亚发展矿业项目，田哥是来自新加坡的集团员工。
这里可能跟新加坡真的有很多相似的地方，
例如
就包括你看天气啊，这里也是很炎热的很 tropical 的一个地方，然后这里的 diversity 就跟新加坡一样，是我身边的同事是来自全世界各地的，然后他们都有他们各自的文化呀、语言呀、饮食等等，所以我们在这里呢，其实没有说需要很长的一段时间去习惯。
Jabil 和田哥是同事，他是土生土长的几内亚人，在新加坡公司打工，经历了一波又一波的文化冲击。
In our culture, when you are talking to a superior, you don't look him in his eyes because it can seem irrespectful. But I've noticed it with my Chinese colleague or other nationalities. When you discuss, they want to keep the eye contact, so that to know that everything is saying with integrity, with honesty. And also, it's like saying hi in our culture. Every time, even if you meet someone 10 times a day, you have to say bonjour, comment ça va? Hi, how are you doing? But here, mostly, some of our colleagues, when they greet you once, it's okay for the whole day.
几内亚曾为法国殖民地将近1个世纪，所以和新加坡常用英语不同，法语是几内亚的主要沟通语言。这里也保留着浓厚的部落文化，当地人十分看重族群间的纽带。
几内亚是分成4个部分，包括什么上几内亚、森林几内亚等等。除了法语之外，他们这些地方呢都有他们当地的语言，然后这些说当地语言的人呢，可能还不一定说法语，但我们这种经常跑现场的人，我们是需要跟我们当地的这些同事啊等等或者村民进行这种沟通的。
In our country, communities are led by the elders. So let's say you are coming and discussing with an old man of 60, 65 years who didn't spend even one day at school, but has his own knowledge based on his experience. And you are coming and you are sharing to him a point of view based on a cultural or on a scientific point of view. And you are expecting him to understand you. It's not possible. It's not possible. The community relations are important because one, you can come with the expert trying to explain to the population. Then maybe they will understand a little bit, but the fact that you have community relation team on site, they will continue the talk. They will continue the explanation, and people will understand why their interest benefit in that action, and not in the other.
这是来到几内亚的第3天，然后如果你是来这边工作的话呢，他的生活是有公司的保障的，它并不是我们想象中的你是需要完完全全的在野外去跟这个野外的生活去共存，它不是，它就是在这边呢打造了一个你能够或者说我们现代的生活里面舒适的一个环境，有 WiFi， 有热水，有干净的水，然后它的这个食堂的整个设置也很好，食物的供给也很好。你看，我来3天，我都觉得我没瘦，我都怕了。短短几天，我了解了几内亚打工人的生活，参观了一座座体量庞大的矿山，惊讶于非洲丰富的资源和这里蕴含的商机。不过几内亚自2021年发生军事政变以来，一直由军政府掌权，直到去年底的总统选举， 政府才正式成立。而非洲其他国家，例如苏丹、刚果金、埃塞俄比亚等，也都存在内战、武装冲突或政变的风险。在这里做生意恐怕不容易啊。
There could be political change in some countries in Africa. You've got to mentally think about that possibility and stay agile. Now, every part of Africa is different. We cannot, from far away, say, oh, Africans. There's no such thing. Africa is over 50 countries. Some Muslims, some Christians, some tribal, different histories, different natural circumstances, different resource levels. So there's no substitute where you operate for local knowledge and working with local people.
根据新加坡企业发展局的数据，目前已经有100多家新加坡企业在非洲40个国家开展业务。企业要出海非洲，有没有攻略？
When a foreign company goes in, it must view itself as a responsible corporate citizen, which means that your presence should never be exploitative. It must lead to benefits for the people who live there, and not just people at the top or your business partners, but for the common folk, for the peasants living around. When we were in Guinea, we also visited the bauxite mine, which is mine open cast, from on the surface. Then when they've kind of carved out all the bauxite, which is in high concentration, then they recover the land. Then they plant cashew nuts, which is a good cash crop. And this will benefit local people. So people must feel that your coming here is a blessing to me and not a disruptor of my life and a destroyer of my environment.
Guinea is a land of opportunity. People are open, they are warm. We like to have guests here. This is in our culture. And we also want to improve the life condition, to improve the infrastructure condition, to improve the general image of the country. Guinea is pleased to welcome people, especially from Singapore. We have a good example here. I hope people will see it, will notice it. Please come to Guinea.